Hey guys, guess what? I'm back. So I had a viewer request the other night, Monday, that I pull up Frostpunk and see how it goes again. I haven't played this game in a little while and gonna have to get used to the mechanics again, but it's one that I really enjoy. It's definitely heavy on the resource management, and if you don't manage it properly, it is very easy for your people to either starve or get sick, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get it pulled up, and yeah. So let's see. I need to load a game because I have a specific one that I played on stream, and yeah. I'm gonna move that closer just in case. Okay, I was concerned about that. Hey, don't freeze on me now. This is not something you're allowed to do. You gonna listen? No? Okay. Well, once it loads, I'll be able to adjust that. Forgot about... Hello? Thank you. And let's move the water bottle. You know, gotta stay hydrated. Alright, let's see if that is somewhat better. Hi, Supadoc! How are you doing tonight? Alright, so hopefully that's better. If it isn't, just let me know and I will adjust it as we go. But this is kind of a newer city that I started on stream a bit ago. Don't think I really got far. It looks like I still have a couple of resource posts here to gather from before I start building coal thumpers and all that good stuff. So let's kind of see where we are before I start adjusting things. I do see that I need food rations desperately. So, and of course in this game you also have to manage your heat, all of that. Yeah, there are a lot of aspects to this game. I hope I remember them all. Okay, so down here in economy, makes it a little bit easier to look at everything. You can see your coal input, and right now I'm gaining more coal than I'm using per day, which is a really good thing. Wood, you don't really have anything that you use it on other than building, thankfully. There is a way with wood to go with the charcoal kiln, I believe it is, which helps you, you know, burn wood to make charcoal to heat everything. But I personally prefer to just extract coal straight. That way I don't really have to worry about, oh, am I going to find enough trees, you know. So, steel is also used for building. Apart from that, I don't think it's really used for much. Upgrading, definitely. Here we can see our, you know, food, where it comes in, where it gets processed. Hi, Vibbles! So, this is Frostpunk, and was just kind of going through and refreshing my memory on a couple of, you know, the different menus, options, and stuff like that. So this is the cookhouse. Right now it's a little too cold, so I'm going to go ahead and look at it real quick. And it's inoperative at this time. I do have the heater, which means... Never mind, that's not the heater. I don't have the heater yet, which is why it's too cold. But I have this here, the steam hub, which gives out heat, so basically it'll heat this little area during that time. So while the cookhouse is active, it will be heated. Let's see. So we've got health, so we've got the medical post. I could actually take one away from here, since everybody is being treated here, and you can look at the different patients and how long it'll take them to recover. Later on, there are upgrades that you can use, which allow you to basically give them double food rations in order to speed up the healing process by, I think, double, if I'm not mistaken. So, but we haven't unlocked that yet. We are, like I said, pretty new in this one, so it is first thing in the morning. The hunters just came back with 20 food. We're going to process that in about 2 hours. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it start. Looks like we are researching heaters in the technology tree, so we'll be able to use those in our workplaces soon. And now we let it do its thing. Like I said, I really enjoy this game. I have another save that I play personally, and I've gotten some of the outposts unlocked, where I'm able to gather things remotely and have that brought into the city. I found a lot more people, and the winters get harsher, so, you know. Hey, Anonymous Cheer. Thank you. How's your evening going tonight? Let's see. So it is 8 a.m. Everybody's getting up and getting ready to go to work, and everything heated up. So now my cookhouse is processing. We are working on standard meals, and you can actually adjust that later on down here in the Book of Laws. You do have a wait time before you can sign a new law into effect. Let's see, right now the laws that we have active are Fighting Arena, which basically just allows the people to be able to let off some steam. Later on we'll go ahead and unlock Public House. It always works really well for me. I did go ahead and sign into law Emergency Shift and Extended Shift just in case we absolutely need them. It does cause major discontent issues, and if you have too many discontent people, they leave. Where do they go? Have no idea. Somewhere out in the middle of the blizzard, surely going out there to die. But if they want to leave, I can't stop them. Maybe I can, but it's not humane too, so. Let's see, child shelters, which allows the children to hang out in a shelter all day, so that way they are able to learn. I believe you can either have them learn engineering or medical. I went with engineering just because they're going to be more useful in the long term, if I'm not mistaken. And then let's see, what else do we have unlocked? I think that's it for now. But later on, we do have the option between soup and food additives. I generally don't go with food additives just because it really makes the people unhappy. So I generally go with soup. It doesn't make them happy either, but if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that doesn't make them sick. So less sick people, less people in my medical posts, more people working, better city. So, I have a keyboard. That would make it easier. Alright, so where are we for the day? We're only at 9 a.m. Yeah, we're going to speed this up a little bit. Hey, Sound! How was your day today? Oh. And as we see, our hunters are coming back. Oh, no, that's our steel wreckage depleted. Okay. So anytime that I have a wreckage or something like that deplete, I go and check my gathering post to see where it was depleted from. It wasn't that one, so there must have been one out here I didn't realize. Must have been. Oh, no, it was this one here. So all we have left at this gathering post is 29 coal, so I need to go ahead and get ready for the fact that, yeah. It's been a long day, but you know what? The workday is over, it's time to relax, and now we're going to have some fun, so it's going to make a better evening. But yeah, since this workshop doesn't really have a lot left to gather, I'm probably going to have them go over here to the sawmill. And you can see I actually did previously use the emergency shift. Don't think I meant to use that. If I did, then I had a good reason to. Let's see. So over here, this gathering post still has decent amount, and then this one still has 105 wood. So since this one's getting low, it would be smart for me to go ahead and gather the coal over here, because I don't want to have too many gathering posts active at the same time. Otherwise, it's just, you don't have any people to work it. And then just click that little button and you can create a road. Now the fun thing about roads is they take up space, of course, and they don't really allow you to build the way you want to. So when I'm doing the gathering posts and stuff, I generally have them further out so that way I can build the center of my city without having major issues. So you can see here that this is going to take 12 wood. I can adjust it just to kind of see how much, and looks like this is going to be the optimal path. So we'll go ahead and get that there. Let's see. So that's going to build automatically when they're not working. And yeah. So now I'm going to let them do their thing for a few minutes. And, ooh, iron ore. I haven't looked at that one yet. And this one is out of things to gather. So what I'm going to do is find the button. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've played, but, you know, eventually we find it again. And we're going to actually go ahead and tear this one down. There are no more resources here. So I'm going to go ahead and dismantle that building. And we have heaters. So while they are, well, I don't want to waste the time. So I'm going to go ahead and over here and choose a new technology to research. I know the game pushes us to go for beacons early on so we can go out and explore and find new people and get more resources, but if I go ahead and get that set up and find more people and my town can't support them, everybody's gonna die. So let's go ahead and get everything kind of set up so that way the town is kind of self-sufficient, and then I don't really have to worry as much about my people. Let's see how much coal is left. So we have about 1,000 coal left to gather here. I think I can wait at least one more tech turn to get... Do I want the hothouse? I only have one core. Or do I want the medical post? I do have 6 people that are sick right now. But the hothouse makes food. So, I'm gonna come over here and check on my food status. We are consuming 80 a day and we only have 40. And my hunter's hut is at max. So, I know that my technicians can go ahead, you know, my medical people can go ahead and get those people healed. I'm going to take a minute. Oh, I already have hunter's gear. Crap. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going with hothouse. It's going to take 10 steel and 20 wood, which we have plenty of. And we'll go ahead and get that started. And now I can let them do their thing for a few more minutes. So. I am getting close to capacity on coal. So I may need to make a resource depot somewhere. And a couple of our people already were seen by the medics, so they're healing, thankfully. And good. Now that it is closer to nighttime, they have the other gathering post here fully built, so we can go ahead and staff them there so that way first thing in the morning they'll go back to work there. And now you can see over here they're starting to dismantle the building now that it's not during working hours, so it doesn't really affect anything as far as production. So let's see, the heater, we definitely need the heater while people are here. And this little button here is actually very useful because you can see the heat zones and how cold it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the heater in the places that they're working in because I don't need my people sicker than they already are. So now this medical post here will probably get an extra dose of heat from the steam hub first thing in the morning when it turns back on, but that's okay. I'd rather they be warmer than not. And here we go. And you see we have this extra bit of road here. Just because I'm a little on the OCD side, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that there. I don't think it really gives us many resources back, but it gives me some, you know, space to work, so. Alright. So guys, what are your thoughts so far? Any questions about anything that you're seeing? You know, I know this is a game that not many people play, or if they do, I haven't really seen a lot of people play it, but like I said, it's one that I really enjoy, so. Yay! Yeah, it's pretty logical, which is I think the reason that I really enjoy it as much as I do. It does take some practice because I have, you know, had some not so favorable days. Yeah, I think it is a Steam, actually it is a Steam game. That's where I found it. I think I saw it one day on one of the Steam sales and I said, you know what, let's give it a shot. And well, we're not going to look at how many hours I've put into the game. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I only wish that it was multiplayer. Because then, you know, if there was a multiplayer aspect, we could send resources back and forth and kind of collaborate. That's the only thing that I would add to it. Let's see. So now that the heater is on, I want to see... Okay, so these are pretty decent spots. Plus, it has gone back up to -22. I know. Way too cold for me. So I can actually drop that heater, and they are still going to be... I have enough coal. Let's leave them there. If I'm trying to conserve coal, I would turn that down, but since we have plenty and we still have 1,000 that we're finding here, I think we'll be okay. And then, oh, that's the steel wreckage with literally one piece of steel left. Never mind, it's gone. Alright, so you see these little percentages here? These are actually your efficiency meters, and it kind of breaks it down for you and shows you everything. For example, here I have 2 people that are absent, which is why my efficiency is only at 80%. 2 people are sick, they are going to see the doctor or just staying home because they're sick and I don't have enough people working. Yeah, whoops. So I'm going to take an engineer from here and move them to the medical post so that way more patients can be seen and hopefully get healed a little bit faster. So, very, very much resource based where you literally have to move people around constantly. I mean, there was at one point in time that I played, I ended up with a good handful of my engineers that were also sick. So I had to fire them from the medic post so they would just go in as a patient and hire other medics instead, or engineers to be medics. The game can be a little tedious with that. But hey. Let's see. So we have plenty of wood over here. Right now I have my little sawmill over here, and the white little bars and everything that it's highlighting are the pieces of wood that it's going to gather automatically. Whenever this gets low or runs out, I'm actually going to build another one and then tear this one down just so that way I can get all of the different pieces of wood around the center here, and then I can build whatever I want without fear of destroying resources. So let's see. Ooh, hothouses. Good deal. Those actually give a decent amount of food once. I think it may take another research or two, but they are very, very helpful. And for the sake of... how's my coal looking? No, that's a worker. I need coal. Okay. We still have about 850 or so pieces of coal left to pick up and gather, so I am going to go with the medical post upgrade. It will help my medics be able to, and actually I should, whoops, wrong button. Improve tools and methods. People employed in the medical post will heal the sick 10% faster. So, very helpful, very useful. Definitely one I recommend before you get too far in. So, and I can introduce a new law. So, what are we going to introduce? In the Book of Law, so I think what I remember... Yeah, I generally go with radical treatment, just because hope does rise. The gravely ill will be treated in the medical post, whereas right now, if somebody was gravely ill, they wouldn't do anything for them. So in order to make this little town the best for my people, I am going to make sure that they're treated. About 30% of the gravely ill could potentially be left as amputees. Some people won't be happy with this decision, but I feel like they're going to be a lot happier than if I went with the sustained life. Gravely ill people will be kept alive, but not treated. And then they're going to take up room in my medical posts. Hope will rise, but discontent will also rise. And yeah, no. So I just go with radical treatment. I'm going to go ahead and sign that into law, so that way I've learned when the game says, hey, you need to do something, you need to have a spot available. And if I go ahead and knock out the ones that I know I'm going to use or going to need, it makes it easier for me to kind of bypass some of the things that the game throws at me. So, let's see. I have no more gatherable resources, so I'm going to save a minute here before, you know, my workers are wasting their time. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heater off. Nobody's working here. We don't need to heat the place. And I'm going to remove my workers. And since there are no other spots that I can really build a, you know, gathering post? That word? Yeah, words. Yeah, can't really build another one anywhere at the moment, so I'm going to have a couple of them come over here and fill up the sawmill. We are getting a little close to that, so that limit, which means I will need to go ahead and build another resource depot if I have it available. It may be later, I'm not sure. I am going to have them go ahead and dismantle this building. It has no purpose anymore, so we're just going to go ahead and get rid of it. And what else are we going to do? Yeah, sometimes I do feel like that. Especially when I've, you know, taken time to speak German with a friend of mine, and then I try to go back to just speaking in English, and, you know... Yeah, I think when I played, I certainly followed the objectives too quick. Yeah, just because the game says you have to do something, if it doesn't give you a bar here with a timer, like you have 7 days to finish this objective, don't worry about it. Seriously, take care of your city first, otherwise the game's gonna screw you. It gets much colder than -40, by the way. You know, found out from accidental experience there. Needless to say, my town was not happy at all. I think I almost burnt up my generator at least once or twice. You know, all that fun stuff. But yeah, don't worry. The first time I played, I think I did the same thing, and then ended up just in a pickle. So... yeah. Alright, so what am I gonna build? I am going to throw another engineer to go work over at the medic post. And I'm just going to build something. Sure I was. Ah, the hothouse. That's it. I can't fit that there. So... But then no. Although... Alright, so what I'm thinking is I could build a couple of workshops here to fill in that gap. But if I do that, that may not be the most efficient use of space here. So I have the hunter's hut right here. I'm really considering that I might put the hothouse right behind it, where it'll fit pretty decently. It doesn't take up more room there than it would anywhere else, which if you have the roads already down, that's one of the things it does sometimes. Like if I put it... No, well, of course you're not going to do it now. Of course. If you have the roads in a place sometimes and it's like an extra bar or two over, it's just going to take the entire space for your building instead of just the spaces that you would normally take. So I've learned to be very cautious of that. And I'm going to go ahead and plop that little thing down right there. And that hothouse actually only takes 10 workers, if I'm not mistaken, and produces, I believe, the same amount of food. So it's more efficient than the hunter's hut later on. But I generally try to kind of keep a little bit of both sometimes. So this game is going to give me a reminder here that we only have so many steam cores. They're necessary for advancement, especially in factories and stuff. So I currently just used my last one, which you can see here. But once we get the beacon going and we go adventuring, we'll find more. So and as long as I find enough to make sure I can build a factory to build more, that's all that matters. And you can see down here that I still have some employees unemployed. As soon as this hothouse is built, I'll be able to go ahead and let them work there, so. And, okay, I did already make sure that nobody worked there at the moment. Good deal. I forgot to mix earlier. Whoops. Much better. So, it's free time. They're able to do whatever they want. Later on down the road, if you're not careful, they might protest. You know, part of the game. There is actually a split a little further in the game, and it has to do with, you know, when people become disgruntled and they become unhappy, which happens in any society, especially when you're in the middle of, you know, a blizzard. What do you do to keep your people in line? Well, this game gives you two different choices. You have order and discipline, and then you have faith. And I've actually tried both. I kind of prefer faith, just because it seems a little bit, A, easier to play, and B, kinder. The order path has you creating watchtowers and things along those lines, and if you go with the faith path, you have temples and stuff like that to go pray at, have an evening sermon. Keeps the people happier longer. At least that's been my experience. You know, I guess everybody has a different one on that one. You know me, I just try to take care as much as I can of the people I'm taking care of, and try to be as gentle and as kind as I can. And when that doesn't work, then we go to the order side of things. That's just me though. Bitte nicht, das brauchen wir nicht. We definitely don't need that. Especially not the way things are going some days. Alright, so it is the next day, and we now have 18 food. So, if I'm not mistaken, okay, no, so this one does not. I'm gonna see what the heat level is at after my, Steam Hub comes back on. And here it goes. Will it affect the hothouse? I hope so. And it will not. So we're gonna go ahead and turn that on. And it is livable almost to the point of comfortable. It'll help. So I can go ahead and turn this off. Oh no! Alright, so this one is also depleted, which means I can go ahead and remove some of the employees from here. And I don't have anybody in waiting for the medic at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and remove and dismantle that and send one of my engineers to the hothouse. I found that if you have at least one engineer in each building and then a bunch of just normal workers, seems like efficiency is a bit better. So that's just kind of how I've been playing it ever since I started. And I can sign a new law into effect, and I'm going to be smart and pause before I do that so nothing crazy happens in the background. I'm not going to deal with the cemetery and corpse disposal yet. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Not worried about it right now. If I sign into law the care house, I'll have to build one. I don't want to build one yet. Or do I? Do I? None are in palliative care. Palliative? Not sure how to say that one. What do I want to do? That is the question. And we didn't go with that route. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab the extra rations for the ill, just so that way if I need it, it's available. And it generally does help with hope. Now, just a heads up, your hope and discontent meters here, major importance. So as you can see here, I have broken promise because last time I streamed this game, I attempted to build, I want to say, housing for every person, and I think I ran out of wood or something along those lines. I built that building a couple of minutes after the promise was, you know, set to expire. Hence the reason I have a broken promise. People are unhappy with that. It's only temporary, it'll be fine. Everybody has a place to live, they're happy. My discontent is non-existent at the moment, thank goodness. I'm gonna pause so I don't... Now, hope. The more hopeful they are, the more likely they are to stay. If they become less hopeful, they get ready to leave. They just don't want to stay, they don't believe that they'll survive here, and then they would rather try to find, you know, whatever the big place is. Winter home, I think? Don't quote me on that. And then they leave. And sometimes they even ask you for supplies when they leave, which I give because, you know, I can always make more supplies, and if you're gonna go out and face, you know, a blizzard, negative 40-degree temps, yeah, please take some food, try to survive. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the resource depot upgrade because we have plenty of coal. I'm not worried about that. We have at least 3 days worth. It's not gonna take me 3 days. What time is it? It's noon. I hope it doesn't take me 3 days to research this. It should only take 8 hours. Yeah, we'll be alright. And that's another thing to pay attention to in this game because I've learned the hard way. Check your research times because if not, they'll research it, but only as long as the workshop is open. If you need them to research it after the workshop closes, you need to use an emergency shift, which does not make happy people at all. So, whoops. You know, it helps if I hit that button. So yeah, now we're just gonna let them kind of finish up the workday and see what happens. Let's see. I have 3 engineers here with... Okay, they do have patients. They are full. And so are you. Okay, that's fine. I was considering possibly moving one of my engineers over to the other gathering post that I have here, but it's not going to be worth it just because right now I do need them focusing on making sure everybody stays healed up. You know, more people to work, more supplies, more resources, happier city. And as you can see right now our food rations are up, which is kind of a good thing to always have stockpiled, so the hothouse is really helping there. I actually have more people available than what are working at the moment. Let's see what I can build. Let's see. Don't really have any more people coming in at the moment, so I don't really need to build a bunkhouse or anything like that. Since I'm seeing that I have all of these bunkhouses and no tents, I'm pretty sure that when I started this game, I was going for the Better Than London challenge. Because you know me, I'm going to push it and try to, you know, do as much as I can, even if it's not always the best decision. I try. Let's see. Oh, I can already go ahead and build that. I may put that somewhere over here. We'll see. But yeah, so the Better Than London challenge, basically... You know, I've never visited, so I can't really quote on that, but from what I've read, yeah. Yeah. At least it's not a tent, so... But yeah, that's basically all that challenge is. It just means that our people have not had to, you know, stay in tents at all. They have immediately moved into bunkhouses, which give them a little bit more warmth and everything. Yeah, I mean, I would say so. At least when I do go visit, now I have somebody to come hang out with. And someone who knows, you know, the local sites to show me and explore. By the way, I love castles and hiking and wilderness, so, you know, let's go explore. You know, if COVID wasn't happening and we weren't all quarantined at the moment. And then when we're done visiting England, I think we need to go over... Okay, that's fair. Well, just if any part of England would be nice to see, you know? I haven't really done any sightseeing on that side, so... this is actually what I was talking about earlier. Let's see, let me move my... Hello? There you go. Good mouse. So if I place this little resource depot here, it only takes up 3 bars worth of space. But if I put it there, it takes up quite a bit more than 3 bars. Probably closer to 5. It just spreads those 3 bars out a bit further. So, let's see. Wait, Vibbles, are you talking about America or London? Because that sounds basically the same. Sorry, guys. It's true. You know it. Let's see. Where do I want to put this resource depot? Oops. That was a little too much. Okay. Probably going to take that road and move it somewhere, but I have my hothouse here already. It looks like I'm making this my more residential area because my coal is over here, so it would be logical for me to go ahead and put it over here somewhere. Looks like that would be a good place for a road as well. I try to be very cautious in where I put roads, just because it backfires very quickly. If I put a resource center here, then no. You know what? I'm just gonna bite the bullet and yep, that's where it's going. And I built a street to connect it back to the generator so the people have somewhere to walk on. Aw, yeah, I think that's kind of how it is here too. The further out in the country you are, the more likely people are to be nice and friendly. And in the cities, more populated areas, we kind of have the same issue. Okay, so we've got that. Yeah, well, Surround, you make friends anywhere, so, you know, even if they're grouchy as can be. I mean, absolutely. Although, can I sub that beer for, you know, a mixed drink? Not crazy about beer, but, you know. If that's what's in the cooler, that's what's in the cooler, right? Alright, so this is why this is taking a bit. Okay. Alright, so the resource center is built. Now that it's built, I need to specify what resource I want it to hold. So, pretty good on everything except wood. Wood storage I could use, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It gives me plus 300 to my wood storage, so. And the research is complete, so I'm going to, oh, it's already on regular time. I'm gonna come over here. Don't really need charcoal or coal yet. I really enjoy the thumpers just because they, you can get the steam thumper later on, and it actually does do quite a bit. But part of me kind of wants to check out the coal mining. This one gives us 240 coal per standard workday from underground deposits. This one here is pressurized water into the underground coal deposit, forming a pile of up to 560 per workday, enough for 2 gathering posts. So, you know, while I really do want to try this out one day, just because I see it here and I haven't tried it yet, I think I'm gonna go with my coal thumper like I usually do. So, and then I can place that, you know, just about anywhere as long as it's out of the way. And because of the fact that I have coal deposits here, I think I'm going to put my thumpers not too far from here. So, let's see, what else can we do in the meanwhile, apart from make them work a little faster? Okay, I'm not making them work faster, I'm just making time pass faster. That's nicer, right? Alright, so we're in free time, so they're getting to do whatever they want. And I can introduce a new law. So, let's see what's available. I'm actually really surprised I haven't had to use soup yet. Happily so. It makes them unhappy. I'm not trying to make my people unhappy. Oh. I don't think I've used this one before. If I have, I can't remember. New ability. You can use triage in medical facilities to instantly heal half of my patients. Yeah, I want to do that too just because they're there, but I haven't tried it yet. Hey Sally and GL, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. So, Vibbles, if you end up trying that, let me know. Let me know how it works and everything, because I am curious. I've never used it, but that doesn't mean it's not a good choice, so. Yeah, I think I'm gonna build the care house. I really don't want to risk discontent right now, but, you know, I don't mind building up more hope. Happy people. Oh, how'd your night go? I always enjoy watching that game, but I really haven't played it much. I think the last time I played it was when Juju had it on the PS4. And that was... yeah, we're not going to count how long ago that was. Alright, so, remember earlier how I mentioned how some things have a time limit for you to complete them? The care house is one of them. Because I signed it into law, they say that I have to get it done within a certain amount of time. If I don't, then I get one of those, oh, it's gone, yay. A temporary modifier of a broken promise, which makes my people more discontent. So, I have 2 days and 21 hours left to build a care house. I'm just going to go ahead and knock it out so that way I don't have to worry about it. Because forgetting it would be bad. So, I am going to place my care house, no, that's where I was putting the workshops. Yeah, I think I'm going to put them right here. And if you're using a normal mouse with a center scrolly wheel, if, hopefully this works on yours setup too. Yeah, this is New Home. It's, I think, the first one in the series. I haven't really gotten too far in this one yet. On my personal, I've gotten a bit further than this, but, you know, wanted to start a new one for the stream, so that way everybody could kind of see what I chose and what I didn't. It's worked out well so far. I have played the, oh goodness, I can't remember the name of it now. The one where you take over the city after the last person was run out, and then you have to upgrade it after the riots and everything. I did play that one for a while, really enjoyed it. Was it Return to... no. It's gonna bug me until I stop playing and pull it up. But I really do enjoy this one just because it is more free play and you can kind of place anything wherever you want it. So, it's been fun so far. Stallion, it seems like you're kind of familiar with it. Which one's your favorite? The Fall of Winter Home. Thank you. I knew it was something Winter Home. I could not remember. Thank you. But yeah, which one's your favorite? Let's see. So it's tech time. And we have all of those that I can get right now. I don't really use a charcoal kiln. It might work well for some. I've never tried it. The sawmill upgrade is worth it, but considering I have enough wood at the moment, not going to worry about it. The wall drill does come in handy later, but I need a steel works because I'm out of steel. Whoops. So yeah, I'm down to 6. I have nowhere to harvest it from and I wasn't paying attention, so that's on me. Let's see, what can I build? I can build a coal thumper for 15 wood. And I can see that I can put a coal mine here, and I can put some here. And I already have a, what do you call it? Gathering post or 2 over here. So, I think I'm gonna put this over here too. If you remember earlier, it did tell us that we are able to place 1 coal thumper for 2 gathering posts, and this is kind of the reason that I'm putting the gathering post so close to the coal thumper. Yup, that's right, I haven't created the beacon yet. I was kind of getting everything set up so that way I can be more self-sufficient and sustainable before I create the beacon, but I think that's actually going to be after I do the steel works. I'm going to need steel to make the beacon, so at least I think I do. I can research it so before, but it does take 35 steel, so oops, hold on, I hit the wrong button. Nope, okay, it's good. So I'm going to go ahead and research Steelworks, and then I'll research Beacon, because I think you're right. I think we are ready to go ahead and go out and find people. And the arcs are the best. I haven't played that one yet. I still need to get that. I think that's the newest expansion, right? Haven't played this game in a little while since the last time I streamed it, because I was trying not to get too far ahead, of course. And yeah, so I still need to get that expansion, and once I have it, I think I'll try it live first, just to, you know, kind of be able to experience it with everybody. So now that I have that set, let me remember to hit, you know, play so it doesn't just sit there. And on my left here, it's giving me little tool tips and reminders, tutorials. I've read through all of them. They are helpful if you need them, but since I've read them, I'm not going to bore you with it, so. No, it pops up after finishing the scenario. Oh, okay. Nope, I haven't done that one yet then. I have gotten to exploring the Gloomy Cave, the camp, that's that way. Let's see, of course the observatory and whatever's past it on this side. I had a couple of different crews at the same time trying to explore everything. So I haven't gotten as far in this game as I want, just because, like I mentioned earlier, I am a little bit on that OCD side of things, so there are times where I go and restart just because, oh, well, I can do this better here, and yeah. So, since I haven't played in a while, I haven't done that in a while, and I'm not trying to. Let's see, so we're going to go over here to Exploration Industry and get the beacon. and then I'll be able to hook that up over here. And then they'll be able to leave the ice pit and go explore. And usually find some more survivors and all that good stuff, so. Let's see. So Stallion, it sounds like you've played a lot of this game. Yeah, I am trying to take it really slowly just because of the fact that I have kind of gotten myself to the point of, oh god, what am I gonna do next? Oh, I need more coal, I can't keep everything heated enough, so after that mishap, I kind of learned, okay, slow it down, make sure you have everything ready before you go to the next stage. I probably am taking it a little bit slower than I need to, but yeah. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt later. And now I can build steelworks. So when I select the building, you can kind of see where I have the two different, I think it's just two, yeah, the two different spots that I can put the steelworks down at. Since I have my coal already over here in the road close to it, I'm going to go ahead and use the one closest to it. And then I'm going to right click so I don't put another one down, which I have done before and it was not fun. And I'm just going to go ahead and connect it to this road over here. That way it stays out of my main building area here, so. Well, of course. That way, if you have any questions, I can help. You know, I've kind of goofed up a few times on this one, so if I can help somebody not make the same mistakes I did, hey, absolutely. Oh, I didn't know they had it on PS4. I never looked into that. Aww. That makes me sad. But I guess I can get it. It takes a little bit more work, but hopefully they'll have it out for PS4 soon. I figure once I get a decent ways into this game and actually get, you know, a bit further, then I'll probably go ahead and get the expansion. But I wanted to experience the game just because, well, you know how fun it is, so. Free time. Oh, that's why it's so slow. And my hunters are going to hunt, and my builders are going to build. And since I have so much, actually I'm doing great on coal here. Yay! Mac users and PS4 aren't a priority. Yeah, I believe that. It does usually take a while to get things to PS4, but I've played console only for a few years of my life, and at that point it was Xbox, mostly because my ex had one, and let's just say it and I did not get along. Oh, it's already hard enough on normal. I can only imagine how quickly it would kill me. We might do that another night. If we want to see how brutal it is, we can definitely do that. Y'all let me know if you want to see that. But for the sake of enjoying the game and not, you know, brutally dying and freezing, I'm gonna do our normal session on normal. I can only imagine though. And as you see, it's getting colder. And since it's getting colder, I need to go ahead and reallocate some resources here. And since we have 270 something wood, I'm gonna go ahead and move 4 of them. Yeah, that should be good. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heater on because it's gonna be very, very cold over here. Let's see, what else are we doing? I could be mean, and if I extend the shift, it's going to make them unhappy with me, so I'm not gonna do that. Tempting, but no. Let's see, our coal thumper is getting started. Oh boy. I think it cut off part of the link there, Superdoc, but I'm gonna have to look that up later. It's hard to get out of the game and back to the normal screen. That's okay. Hey, it didn't, you know, stop it, so go for it. You know, as long as it isn't incessant, I don't care. As long as it's relevant, I guess that's what I care about most, so. Let's see. I have less than 100 coal left here. I'm gonna go ahead and move a couple more of my workers over to the steelworks, just because I need steel. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Like you said earlier, I like taking this game slow, making sure that I'm making the right decisions before I make changes. That game is gonna be harsh. It's gonna be a fun challenge though, see how long we survive. If y'all are up for it, I am. It might just be really, really painful to watch. Fair disclaimer, that's all I can say. Okay. Coal pile depleted. Yep, I expected that. That is why I have the coal thumper over here by the gathering post. And they are still gathering from that. Okay, good. And we're getting 13.2 an hour. We are only producing 28 an hour. Okay, it wouldn't be too bad. That should be good. And because silly me hasn't checked in a while, a good thing to do is to come over here and check your stats. See, like right now it's telling me I'm consuming 292 coal a day and I'm only gathering 132. And that is because my coal piles are streamlined by a gathering post. And I did move some of my people over here, so let's see. Oh, I have 33 steel. I can go ahead and back off steel for a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put them back over here on the gathering post. And then I can come over here and check. And I'm getting closer. I'm not quite there yet. So because I'm seeing that now, and I'm seeing that I'm dipping in my numbers here, I am going to go ahead and build my beacon, which goes here. Oh, let me turn this. Yay, it worked the first time this time. Is that not it? Oh. Sorry, I'm a goofball. I'm a step ahead of myself. So the beacon just kind of goes out in the middle of, you know, nowhere. I'm actually going to set it right here so it's not in the way of things and on a road. And it took all of my steel. Really? Wow. Okay. Once I have them ready, they'll be able to send people out. I forgot this spot here is to create outpost teams. So, you know, I'll remember as I go along. Let's see. I am out of steel, so that's going to make building a little bit on the difficult side. But I can come over here and add a new research. I don't need more scouts just yet, or do I? The power upgrade is not a bad thing to have. I'm out of steel at the moment, so I am going to wait on that one. But keep in mind, it's a good thing to have in your back pocket when you need it. Like when it drops even colder. So Stallion, I'm curious, how cold has the game gotten for you so far? I think the coldest that I've seen was negative 40 or negative 44. I want to say I think it's gotten a little colder, but I can't remember any colder than that. Yeah, we'll do more scouts for now since that's what I have resources available for, so. Alright, coal pile depleted. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to build. I was going to build a gathering. Never mind. I'll wait a minute. And I'm gonna wait. Hey guys, I need steel. Come on. Give it the steel, and you can have another gathering post for your coal. It's give and take. You gotta give me the resources to take care of you. No? Oh, it's free time. Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of them right now. Unless I force them, and I don't want to force them. We're no longer lost and blind. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us. Frostland. Yep. Oh, I forgot. This actually does kind of trigger a moving point, which is why I wait so long with the beacon. I think it does anyway. Or is it when we get there? Well, we'll see in a minute. Ta-da! So now we are able to explore. We can either go to the Lost Expedition, which by this yellow dot I'm guessing is recommended, or we can go to the observatory and see what we see there. Since I don't have a scouting team, no, I don't. Okay, I can't do any of that yet, but I'll be able to get those with 40 wood and 5 workers. So now I have to go through and find where can I spare 5 workers. Nowhere. I need them all. Okay, in all seriousness though, I do have to share, and since I do have... Ooh, I don't want my engineer working in this cold mess, especially with only 400. Alright, what do you want? Yes, we did need a win. So the people are happy because they're ready to search, and we have volunteers lined up. Really? Because they're all working according to what I can see. You gonna give me an extra 5 people? Because that'd be cool. Alright, game. Fine. I'll give them up, I suppose. Alright, so I pulled my engineer from here because they are in a really cold spot to work. It's not good. I can't have my engineers getting sick, so I went ahead and moved them back into here. I don't really need all that much wood right now. As you see, I have a decent amount. I have 3 people from here. And now I have to check my coal. So I'm currently producing nothing. I think last I saw was about 28 per. And this doesn't tell me at the moment either. Okay, gotcha. Child shelter, cookhouse, workshop. I need all those. Care house doesn't have any workers. Where can I give people from? I only need 2 more. Nope, not using an engineer. I can't use an engineer anyway, so. This is the hard part. Actually, if I was smart, I would hover over my citizens list, people list, whatever. And I can kind of see where everybody is working. So the different icons tell you the different different, person type here, and you can see where I have 15 workers at the hunter's hut. I have 9 over here in the hothouse. And because food is so close in what I need versus what I'm using, I'm kind of thinking I can only spare 1 there, because the amount of people I have to feed will drop just a hair too. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it'll be a little slower. We'll drop 1 from there and 1 from the hot. No. And 1 from the hunter's hut. That should make a decent amount. So I have that. I can go over here to the beacon now, and I can take the 40 wood that I have and the 5 people and create a new scout team. So now that I have my scouts, they're waiting, and always kind of keep an eye on them, because sometimes, you're not paying attention, it happens, and they've been waiting on you to tell them what to do. So make sure you select your scouts so they know where to go. Otherwise, you're just going to kind of click a thing and it's going to tell you about it like that. So if I click my scouts first or after, okay, that works. Gonna go ahead and hit the arrow, and it tells them to go check out the Lost Expedition. So first set of scouts is sent out to go explore. So now that little button brings me back to the city, and here we are. So now I need to see what I'm doing. So I currently have 292 coal being consumed. We're only getting 264. I need another gathering post, and I also need more people to work. So since we're pretty decent on wood right now, I'm gonna go ahead and conserve, and I'm not going to make them work right now. So I can actually not hit that button, halt operations, If you hit this button, it makes them discontent because you're making them work longer shifts, and that's not a thing you want to do. Speaking of which, I'm gonna be smart and hit that save button because... Did I really? Whatever. There we go. So it's saved with the date, so I know when it was last played. So I can make sure I pull up the right one. And yeah. So, what are we doing next? We have those people not working there. I have 2 people here. I need them on coal duty. And then I still need them working on steel so I can build more things. But now that we have people out and exploring, we have a higher likelihood of them finding more survivors. And they'll go ahead and bring those survivors back to the city with us, so that way they're able to help us grow, help us survive. So, yeah. So guys, what are your thoughts so far? Ooh, I have a new law I can sign into place. I forgot about that. Well, don't worry, I did too, Superdoc. It did take me a little while to get used to. I did have people die early on, which is how I learned more about the cemetery and corpse disposal spot. Well, choices. By the way, just, you know, for later thought, corpse disposal is my preferred, just because then you can do organ transplants when you get to a later stage. But, yeah, so dying is definitely natural in this game. Loving watching this with my big mug of coffee. Coffee? Bibbles, what time is it there for you? Isn't it like 4-ish? Oops. Oh, no, I was trying to do that. Hold on. I don't really have any... Okay, why are you drinking coffee this early in the morning? I would not be able to sleep. I'm probably going to be up for at least another 2 hours because I had a little bit of caffeine, well, currently. I'm going to go with soup as far as... Will I, though? I kind of don't want to waste time by not writing a law into effect, but... You know what? They've been good to me. I'll give them a public house so they can go hang out and, you know, enjoy their evenings off. Oh. I got you. Okay, that makes more sense. I just thought, you know, if you've been up all day and then trying to go to sleep, ooh, I would not be able to do it. Alright, so because it's negative 40 at the moment, I'm going to check on my temperature. Because I do have a couple of places that are falling outside of the... Do I have anybody staying here? Oh, good, no residents. I'm gonna sleep all day. Oh, man, I wish I could have taken a nap today. Aww, well, thank you. I'm glad you are here. Coffee? Yes, Saloun's Vibbles is drinking a cup over there, and, I'll let you two have that coffee discussion, because that's not one I'm a part of, but... Let's see, so... I'm gonna go ahead and turn that one on just because while they're working, they're going to need it, considering this is on... What time of day is it? It is work time. Oh, bless. That little steam thing isn't doing a thing. Well, not much of one anyway. Okay, so I've got 3 hours left until my scouting party gets to the Lost Expedition. Yeah. Honestly, Solana, I don't ever want to see you on a day without caffeine. It just sounds like a bad idea, and I don't want to be there for it. If that day ever comes, let me know, and I will bring you caffeine. Okay, Now that I have some steel, I will be able to build a gathering post, which I'm gonna need for my other coal thumper here. So let me zoom in so I can place this properly, but we finally have a good pile of coal starting to build up here for us. And good, that's gonna work out perfectly. Yay! If it wasn't, you know, across the ocean, I would be happy to, Bibbles. But for some reason, we as humanity have not figured out teleportation yet. Why, I do not understand. I really was hoping we would be further along in 2020, but we're not there yet, guys. So, hopefully soon. Yes. If I could just drop off Scotch for you, Sound, I would. If I could just teleport Scotch to you, that'd be even better. Hey, if we could do that, you could send me a plate of whatever you're cooking, and I'll send you pesto. How's that sound? Speaking of pesto, I have another 4 cups or so I need to go process tonight. Oh, and timing. Alright, so my scouts just got to the Lost Expedition. So, you see here I can explore. They might provide survivors. They will. So here, we can either escort the survivors back to the city or send them on their own and hope and pray they make it. So, yeah, mostly. It is tedious though because I literally cut each leaf from the stem before I put it in the food processor thingy, and yeah, so. A lot of work, totally worth it though. I actually ended up snacking on pesto last night and this evening when I got home from work, so little things make me happy. Because my scouts already know the way back, it's going to be so much faster if they just escort the survivors to the city than if I send them there and out of all of the ones that we have, only half of them make it. Now, I haven't had that happen in a game yet, let me knock on wood, but I don't want to risk it today. So we're going to escort them back to the city, and they're on their way. And now we've also had a few other spots pop up that we can go explore. We had the observatory. We're here at the Lost Expedition. We now have the crash site that we can go check out, and the sturdy shelter. And you can see here that my scouts are currently escorting 22 workers, 10 engineers, and 4 children. So knowing that they're on their way, I'm going to go back into my city here. And because I know I have people coming, I need to go ahead and work on housing. I only have 10 steel. So, let's see how my coal is doing. I have 189 here. We are still building that, so I'm gonna go ahead and create, oh shoot, that's right, I forgot I signed that into law. How much longer do I have? 3 days? I'm gonna be smart and go ahead and do this, because if I don't, they're gonna show up and then we're gonna need a place for them to go. So, you know, Murphy's Law. If you don't do it, it's gonna bite you in the butt. I don't think it really matters where in the city I put this, so I'm going to place it over, maybe over here. Hey, just because I clicked the button means that I would like for it to turn. Thank you. That's the resource depot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here behind the housing. And yeah, that is a bunkhouse. Okay. It just looks a little, who knows? It might just be the way that it's turned. Let's see. So it shows me I need a road, so I'm gonna go ahead and just bloop. And as you see, when I do that, it raises the property just a little bit. That's why I don't build the roads beforehand, so. Alright. What else do we want to do? We'll let them build. And, oh. Man. Okay. Well, now I have to research something. I think I may be out of steel, which is needed for most of these. Definitely needed for most of these. Okay, so I have 5 engineers that are going to sit there and twiddle their thumbs because I didn't resource manage well enough. And I'm going to go ahead and, since I only have one person there, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and this was the one with no patience. Well, if it wasn't, it is now. Whoops! I should have checked that first, but it is what it is. Didn't I? Nope. Whoops. I'm gonna go ahead and pop them in over here. I do eventually need to go ahead and get a Steam hub over here so that way my people can work in, you know, relative comfort. I don't want them getting sick, and the longer they're out in the properties like this, the faster they're gonna get sick. So I'm just gonna let them sit there and hang out while I create more steel. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I think we've actually accomplished a lot in this session. We were able to kind of get everything more self-sufficient. We were able to go out of the pit and find survivors. We are escorting them back to the city and getting ready to go find more people. So I'm glad. I was really hoping that you would, because, you know, the first time I did this, I didn't really have a lot of feedback or input from anyone, and I thought, well, is this something that, you know, I'm the only weirdo that really enjoys it? But since I'm not alone, that's a good thing, so. Alright, so my scouts have returned to the city safely, so now I can either disband my scouts or send them back out into the Frostland, which is probably what I'm gonna do. So guys, I think I may take a break with this stream here, just because we have gotten quite a bit accomplished, and I feel like it's kind of a good stopping point before we get ready to go explore more, and the struggle gets a little bit more real. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming, hanging out, and watching. I've really enjoyed being able to interact with everybody, and the conversation's been great too. And if you want, I can play this again next Wednesday, or we'll see. Well, of course. Hey, if you guys want to see it, I'll be happy to. I enjoy this game a lot, so. So yeah. Thank you guys so much. I hope you all have a good night. I am probably going to go ahead, like I said, take a break here. I know Juju will be streaming tomorrow night. I'll probably end up hosting that more than likely, so if you want to come hang out and watch some Overwatch, that'll be live tomorrow at about the same time I started tonight, which is 8 o'clock-ish for me. I am also planning on doing an extra stream on Friday because I have a good friend who has requested that I check out Path of Exile, and I have not played it yet at all. So I think I'm going to try that on Friday. I may kind of get started with him, you know, and check out the game before I stream. If not, I'll stream it for the first time Friday. We'll see. Depends on how my week goes and what happens. So it is amazing. That's what I've been hearing for a while, so I can't wait to try it. From what I've seen, it really reminds me of Diablo 3, but I won't know how similar or how different it is until I get in there, so I can't wait. I'm actually really excited to try that one too, so. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a break here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already and are interested in seeing more content, don't forget to follow, and you'll get a notification whenever I stream again, which is usually Mondays, Wednesdays, and this week also on a Friday. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you, Bibbles. I will definitely try. I make no promises, but I'm gonna try. You know, we'll see. I'm gonna try to go to bed before midnight my time. We'll leave it at that. Have a good night, y'all. See you next time. Thank you.